Here is our quad release. As we find when we squat, lift, carry, and load things, we're inherently going to have tight quads the more lower body type work we do, and it's important to release them in ways that are going to free up our range of movement to allow us to get to the correct depth in our squat and allow us to move effectively. So we're going to use the ball and the roller today, and we're going to cover a quad release, an ITB release, and a VMO release, which is a part of our quad, but that's that the teardrop part of our quad here. We'll use the ball for that. So first things first, we'll do our quad release. Now, we're going to get that roller, and I know you see everyone rolling both legs at the same time. We're going to go to a single leg at a time on our roller. We're going to come down to our elbows here, and we're going to start just above our knee. From here, we're just going to simply inch our way back and forth as we slowly creep up the leg. If we hit a sore spot, we're going to cross friction across that roller. So we're going to drag that quad left and right across the roller. We're then going to add some knee bends. Once we add some knee bends, we then go back to that back and forth motion up the quad. Hit another spot, cross frictions, knee bends. And we work our way all the way up to that quad as high as we can go. Now, the ITB. I'll roll over onto this side now. We're going to do the same, starting at the bottom of just above our knee, and we're going to use this leg to support. And we're simply back and forth, slowly creeping up our quad. If we hit that trigger point again, we're going to go back and forth on those cross frictions. We can try and add a knee bend if we need, but on the side it probably won't have as much of impact because you're not contracting the ITB directly as opposed to when we're on the front of our quad. So we're simply going to roll up and down, cross friction when we hit a sore spot, and progress all the way up that ITB. Now, if you want to come back down the lateral aspect of your quad here, you can, which is in between your ITB and the front of your quad. You might notice there are also some tight spots there. So we're simply coming back down the quad on the lateral aspect of it, and we're pivoting, cross frictions, and knee bending as we find our sore spots there. So spend a bit of time using your foam roller. You can get harder rollers if that becomes too easy and doesn't give enough feedback through there. Now we're going to go through a VMO release using our ball. So in that position that we just identified here, we're going to place that ball underneath our VMO. We're going to wriggle around until we feel that sore spot. Once we feel that sore spot, we're going to breathe, and we're going to spend a bit of time there. And then we're going to do some little cross frictions using our foot to manipulate the movement. And we're simply going to spend some time here releasing that VMO. Now, if you've got a lot of knee pain or discomfort or the knees feel tight when you warm up, you want to make sure you're releasing your VMO, your quads, your anterior tibialis, and your calves. So that's all the muscles that surround your knee that have a pulling effect. If something's tight, it's going to pull your kneecap out of alignment potentially and cause you some issues. Now, if you've got pain in your knee, refer yourself out to get someone to look at. But that VMO release should be one of your points of call if you feel like you have stiff knees before activity to get you prepped for moving. There you have it, guys. Quads, VMO, ITB. Jump on there before you do any heavy sort of squatting, running, or loading that type of movement.